Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the online class. Today we are going to see our lesson from the civics part. That is, already we have seen that human rights. One small topic is pending. I have to complete that. Before that, I will recall what I taught already from that human rights. First, we have seen human rights. Universal Declaration of Human Rights. That Universal Declaration of Human Rights was passed in the year 1948, December 10. That is world international. It is important that Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Next one, we have seen the fundamental rights in India. The Constitution gives fundamental rights. We have seen about 6 fundamental rights. That is right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of conscience and religion, cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedies. Like these 6 fundamental rights, we have seen all the 6 fundamental rights are we have marked as a 2-mark question. Then we have seen the fundamental duties. The 42nd Amendment of the Constitution says about the fundamental duties of the citizen of India. That 42nd Amendment of the Constitution took place in the year 1976. That fundamental duties mentioned. The fundamental rights and the fundamental duties are the two sides of the same coin. So even how the fundamental rights are important, the same way the fundamental duties also important. The duties, 11 duties mentioned here. Then we have seen the child rights. The child rights also, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights says about the child rights. The child means, according to UNO, child means up to the age of 18. Child is a person who has not completed the age of 18 is considered as a child as per UNO, United Nations Organization. It is an international organization. In that international organization has 6 organs. In that General Assembly is the first organ. The General Assembly, also called World Parliament. The General Assembly only passed that Universal Declaration of Human Rights. That's this General Assembly accepted and adopted the children's right, 12th November 1989. Here it is mentioned about 7 points. The child has right to life. The child first gets right to survival in a country, and that child must be brought up with the family environment, get education. The child has to get education, and child has to get the social security. It is again the child must be against sexual exploitation, against the sale or trafficking, other forms of exploitation like child labor. These are all the points given under these child rights. That also I have explained the child rights. All the points, all the 7 points I have explained. Then the next point is about women's right. Now we are going to see about the women's right. From the ancient period, male and female, there was discrimination. Male and female discrimination was there from the ancient period. The females, there was ill treatment of female, means women ill treatment. They treated so badly by the male. There was a male domination in the society. So the women were ill-treated. There was ill-treatment in the society, Indian society from the ancient periods. So many social reformers came forward to reform the society. Because of that reform movement, one of the social reformer from Tamil Nadu, E.V. Ramasamy Periyar, he carried out so many welfare measures for the welfare of the women. Welfare of the women. He was also called Vaikam hero because the year 1924 at Vaikam in Kerala, Periyar agitated for temple entry for Dalit. Dalit people were not allowed to worship the god equal to the other caste people. For that, this E.V. Ramasamy Periyar went to Vaikam and took part in the Vaikam Satyagraha. Vaikam Satyagraha, he was succeeded in that, so he was called Vaikam hero. This C.V. Ramasamy Periyar carried out so many welfare measures for the women, so the women were called Tandai Periyar. Tandai Periyar. The women were used to call E.V. Ramasamy Periyar as Tandai Periyar. For the betterment of the women, the government of Tamil Nadu, government of India had reserved reservation for the women. Certain percentage of seats were reserved for women. So now they are getting the job opportunities, they are getting education. Those days they did not get education, parents also not sent to the school, so they have to stay at home, they should not come out. All that restrictions were there now, all that eradicated from the society. Now they are getting education like male, they are getting job opportunities, they are in the high position in the society now. Modern India women have held high offices, including that President, Prime Minister, Speaker of the Lok Sabha, Leader of the Opposition Party, Union Ministers, Chief Minister and Governors are there. Women are held in this highest post in India because they are getting education and other opportunities. That is why enjoying the high post in India. So, because the Constitution itself mentioned the women's rights, they are enjoying that women's rights. So, the society, they are treated as equal. The next reading is about Right to Information Act. This Right to Information Act was passed in the year 2005. 2005, the Right to Information Act was passed. What was the aim of this Right to Information Act? To promote transparency in the government institutions in India. There are many government institutions, many government officials, government workers are working in the government institutions. Common people can get information from these institutions, from the government officials. They can get through this Right to Information Act, which passed in the year 2005. That means transparency in the government institution. What is going on in the government institution? All that the common man can come to know through this act which passed in the year 2005. A common man can demand any government organization to provide information. The information must be provided within 30 days. Any common man in India can demand to give the information about the particular institution or officer. That particular institution or officer must give the information within 30 days. If not, fee will be collected as penalty from that institution or from the officer. So that to get the information, what we have to do? We have to sign the application form with our full address, with the date, and send it through the registered post to the office of the concerned authority. If they sent that application form, within the 30 days they have to give the reply. Within 30 days they have to give the reply. If the reply is not received within 30 days, an appeal can be filed with the appellate authority. Through the court, we can give the appeal. Through the court, we can appeal to get the information, about the particular institution or officer. That is Right to Information Act. If you want to get the information about the particular institution or officer, you have to send the application. If you send the application through with the date and through a registered post, you have to get the reply within 30 days. If you did not get the reply within 30 days, you can appeal through the court. Then the next heading is labor rights. Labor rights. Laborers, male and female, are working. Those days they were working hard. They have to work 10 hours, 12 hours work they have to do. Even then very little they used to pay, very little. They have to work hard, but very little wages only they used to pay. Especially the women were affected so much. Though they were doing hard work like male, they will pay very little, very small amount only they used to pay. So that the labor rights were passed. Labor rights were passed. The Constitution ensures right to equality of opportunity, public employment, right to form association and unions. For the Constitution given the right to form the association and the unions for the workers. So workers' union is there, associations are there, through that they are getting benefits. The right to livelihood, prohibit trafficking, forced labor and child labor. For child labor and forced labors are there. They are forcing to do the hard works and all. Even the child were employed in the institutions. Article 90 ensures equal wages to male and female workers for equal work. This article says, 39D says, the equal opportunity, equal wages for the male and female. The Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the architect of the Indian Constitution. He contributed a lot for the laborers. First one is reduction in factory working hours. He made an amendment in the Constitution, that is laborers working hours, 8 hours. Previously they used to do 10, 12 hours. They are used to work, but very little only they used to pay. But the reduction of factory working hours is 8 hours. Now everybody is doing 8 hours work, the factory and all, because that act is passed in the Constitution. Then the compulsory recognition of the trade unions. The people, traders having the union, that is that must be recognized, get the permission from the government, that is recognized, that is compulsory. The trade unions, traders who are having the unions must get the recognition from the government, that is compulsory. Employment exchange in India, through the employment exchanges they are giving the job opportunities. Now the employment exchanges are there, but not giving the job opportunities. Previously, through the employment opportunities only, the government giving the job opportunities. Then employees state insurance, ESI. The that is insurance, a certain amount we collect, a certain percentage of amount collected from the employers for the insurance, state insurance, ESI. Through that they are getting the medical facilities and all. Minimum wages for laborers. The Constitution mentions about the minimum wages. Laborers for certain works, this much of wages must be given. That is mentioned in the Constitution. Coal and mica mine provident fund, miners, people who are working in the mines, coal mines and mica mines, provided fund, collected fund for the benefit of these mining workers. These are all about these labor rights. So this lesson is over. Now we have to mark some of the one words. The one words we have marked choose the correct answer. Now we are going to mark the fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. First one, Universal Declaration of Human Rights contains 30 articles. 30 you have to write. Then the second one, the fundamental duties were incorporated in the Constitution by 42nd Amendment. 42nd Amendment. 42nd Amendment. 42nd Amendment. Second Amendment. 42nd only enough. The amendment is there. Okay. 42nd only enough. 42nd Amendment Act. Only 42nd enough. Then the third one, the National Human Rights Commission was established on 12th October 1993. 12th October 1993. Then the fourth one, Indian state to implement Women Ancestor Property Act in 1989 was Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu. Then the next one is match the following. First one, right to vote. Right to vote. Answer, political rights. Political rights. Second one, right to form union. Right to freedom. Right to form union. Right to freedom. Third one, right to preserve tradition. Cultural rights. Right to preserve tradition, cultural rights. Answer. The Hindu Succession Act. The Hindu Succession Act. (2005). Child labor, that is right against exploitation. Right against exploitation. So once again I will tell the match the following. Right to vote is a political rights. Right to form union, that is right to freedom. Right to preserve tradition, that is cultural rights. The Hindu Succession Act 2005, child labor, right against exploitation. These are all about the match the following. The give short answers. Almost all I gave the answer. Only seventh one is remaining. So seventh answer, what are the contributions to laborers by B.R. Ambedkar? What are the contributions to laborers by B.R. Ambedkar? That is page number 262. Right hand side, contribution of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar rating. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's contribution to laborers about 6 points given. All the 6 points you have to mark for this. Reduction factory working hours, that is 8 hours. Compulsory recognition of the trade unions. Employment exchange in India, employees, state insurance, minimum wages for laborers, coal and mica mines provident fund. All these points you have to mark. Then answer in detail. Answer in detail. First three I have marked. Fourth one, what are the benefits for workers provided by labor law? What are the benefits for workers provided by labor law? That is page number 262. Page number 262, labor rights heading. Labor rights heading, first para. Labor rights heading, first para. The Constitution ensures right to equality, equality of opportunity in public employment, right to form associations and unions, right to livelihood, prohibits trafficking and forced labor and child labor. Article 10D ensures equal wages to male and female workers for equal work. That para, and also we marked just now the seventh to mark. That answer also included. That also to be marked. So for this paragraph question, fourth one, labor rights heading, first para, and the contribution of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Just now we marked the seventh to mark. That also you have to mark for this paragraph question. Then the fifth paragraph, how do you enjoy the fundamental rights in your life? This answer is not given proper in this book. I will write it and give you later this answer alone. So you have to study remaining all the four details except this fifth one. I will give that fifth one answer a little late. Now once again I will say about that to choose the correct answer. First apartheid was followed by South Africa, that South Africa answer. Then political rights exercises the formation and administration of the government. Then third one, a 10-year-old boy is working in a shop, which right you can use to recover him, that is right against child labor exploitation. What is the time limit to get the information from Right to Information Act 2005, that is 30 days. Which of the following statement are true? That is D option, second, third and fourth are true. Consider the following statements. Consider the following statements. That answer A option, both A and R are correct and R explains A. Then the seventh one, according to UNO's child is a person who has not completed the age of 18 years. According to UNO, child means 18 years, or not completed the age of 18 years. Kailash Satyarthi and Malala have been awarded Nobel Prize for Peace. These are all the answer for the choose the correct answer. Now I revise that answers once. Just now only I told about the filling the blanks. Universal Declaration of Human Rights contains 30 articles. Fundamental duties were incorporated in the Constitution by 42nd Amendment Act. The National Human Rights Commission was established on 12th October 1993. Indian state to implement Women Ancestor Property Act in 1989 was Tamil Nadu. Match the following: right to vote, political rights, right to form union, that is right to freedom, right to preserve tradition, cultural rights, the Hindu Succession Act 2005, child labor, right against exploitation. So all these one words I revised once. Then give short answers. Give short answer. All the 10 short answers I have given. You might have learned that short answers. Now and then I used to say that to learn all these answers. Then paragraph detail questions, 4 detailed questions I have given, 5th one I will give you later. That's all. Okay children, you have to learn all these answers from this lesson. Tomorrow you can learn all the one words. All the one words. Choose the correct answer, fill in the blanks and match the following. All these you have to learn. This is a homework for you. You learn all these answers tomorrow.